Season 2 of the Pat and JT podcast.
Oh man, I'm here at last. The best time, always gonna be the best. Come on!
Exclusively on the Parkville Network.
All right.
I don't know.
By the way, that was me that you just turned up.
Did I?
Oh my
Not
God.
JT, but me.
Oh my gosh.
Okay,
seriously?
so figure this
Yeah.
out. See if you can figure out which one's me.
Okay, so here's the deal. Here we have 4 people in the studio.
Yes.
And we have 4 different sets of headphones, and
Yes.
we don't have them properly labeled. Mine's 1.
Have you talked
obviously.
Have you talked to engineering about this?
I am.
Okay,
Yes.
so
Right now.
Is he engineer?
Who's this? I just turned somebody down.
That's me.
That's you?
That's 100%
Okay, so you're
me.
2. So 1, 2.
Oh,
so
okay.
across the tables 2. Okay.
That makes
I'm
total
that one.
sense.
I'm that
That's
one right
Brian,
there. Yeah.
that's you?
Yeah, it's completely
Okay.
off. Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect.
So that would be.
Yep.
Okay, so that's
Nailed
you.
it.
Okay, good.
Okay. All right.
So
Now we all got to figure it out.
we walked
Right?
in. As soon as we walked in, I just noticed that you guys have webcams here, and JT's
Yes.
like, "Hey, we should start recording this because this is pretty good stuff."
Yeah.
Pat, in his because to basically make a little bit more, you
It's
want
called
to.
another revenue stream.
Yeah,
Yep.
he has his
what
own
it is.
webcam show.
You
Yeah.
can't put all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
Now, is this a Parkville Media
Yes. It's
production?
under the umbrella.
The webcam?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot under the umbrella.
I wish more should be under
more
the
should be
umbrella.
under the umbrella.
If you look in the studios, there's beach balls. There's
Yeah, right?
all these little props that you have.
All
for
kinds of like things you
mannequin,
find at the circus
saddles,
or at
a
the Midway.
mannequin.
Saddles.
Yeah.
That's for your website.
That's my Saturday show. My Pat's Saturday saddle show. That's what it's super fun. Yeah. Just turn that thing around, sit backwards, and your tips go through the roof.
Really.
It smells like Hawaii in here.
Oh,
What
my
kind of
God.
lotion do you use?
Oh.
Well, it's coconut. Coconut.
All right, so I don't know if introductions are necessary because obviously it's in the show notes and everybody knew what was coming when
Right.
they hit play. But we do need an introduction of the young lady in the studio.
Oh yeah, that's Miranda Tingley. That's my
Yes.
girlfriend.
Hi, Miranda.
Hi, we're gonna
How
put
are
you
you?
closer to the
A
microphone.
Nebraska
absolutely.
girl.
There you go.
That's me.
Seriously.
So this
My
what,
good.
and you are the reason why he is spending so much time back home now because he's like, I didn't before I knew of you. I'm like, dude, Brian is he okay? Like he's always home.
He's always around.
always
Why
home.
can't you come home and
keeps-
it should
know.
be okay? Like
Right?
mom loves it.
Everybody wants you to come around, but it's like we're kind of worried. It's like I said, okay. He keeps
Well-
calling, wanting to hang out.
Are you okay, buddy?
Same.
I've been
he
trying to
calls
find-
me all the
Right?
time when he's in town too.
Like,
That's
I
so
wanna go do
weird.
something. It's like I gotta work. You got stuff to do.
Well, it's interesting too because like I try to find excuses to come home, and I've got a great one sitting
Yeah.
across
Right.
from me. But the coronavirus. Living in New York, it's one of the scariest things I've ever.
You know what?
Since 9/11, it's one of the scariest things I've been a part of.
As we speak, seriously, as we speak, the orders just came down that they were going to section off a 1 mile area around New Rochelle.
Wow,
cordoned it off
That's a
with the
nightmare.
National Guard.
I was at Westchester County, I believe, in New York City.
Do not know, but they just said that a 1 mile area and the National Guard is going to close all public places. And this is obviously happening as we speak 24 hours ago, but and then use the National Guard to deliver goods and foods to people that are quarantined. All the schools are closed down. The public places would be closed down.
That is insane.
I was like, what? They're really doing
That is
this.
crazy.
Once I kind of got that feeling too, because I came back here. I was here a couple of weeks ago, and we were hanging out, and that's when I got to see you, Pat,
And have whiskey at 11:30 in the morning.
We did.
Nappy
Right?
time at 4 o'clock.
Dad.
And it was kind of interesting too because we both looked at each other like, "Oh, we're off the clock. We're not being professional." And I kind of look at him and I go, and he looks at me and at the same time he goes, "Shall we?"
We shall.
Does this mean that when you came to drop me off my salad at work, you were drunk?
No,
We were
I wasn't driving.
We were comfortable.
No, I would say it was feeling pretty good.
He definitely wanted to hang out a little bit. I'm like
Super chatty.
pushing him out the door. I'm like, yeah.
Gotta work, buddy.
Gotta
No,
get
it's
to a
kind of weird. I was like, "What? Really? You don't want me here?" I smell
God.
amazing.
It's got to be hard to tell if he is. Does he get super chatty when he's had a couple drinks?
You know what? The scary thing is you'd have no idea.
That's what I was going to say. It'd be
You
really
have
hard to
no
tell the
idea.
difference.
I'm a seasoned drunk, JT.
We call that functional.
24/7 even keel. Just even
Yep.
keel. I like that.
Well, sometimes I go back because I know when I am, and I'll go back and if we
I
like,
know when I am.
we make these fun snap videos, not like webcam videos that you make, but we make these fun
talking
snap
about
videos
We don't make money off of ours, unfortunately.
with the filters. In the filter, like I could tell I'm trying to over enunciate things when I'm drunk. I'm like, that can't tell. I'm
Trying to work really hard.
Well,
Oh my God. We found out that on our podcast, some of the people had figured this out, that if you slow it down to half speed, is it even half speed?
It's hilarious. It's half speed.
It
Yeah.
is hilarious. It is the perfect.
I'm gonna grab my phone.
Go grab your phone real quick, because what we did is you slow it down to half speed, and it is literally how you sound when you are drinking
yeah.
and drunk. And it is exactly half speed because you can hear yourself enunciating everything. But it is perfect. Go ahead and pick one. Which one do you want to pick?
I'm going to grab yesterday's with John McLaughlin.
John
We had him
McLaughlin
via
was on with
Skype,
us, yes.
So we'll grab this one.
It was a ton of fun because he's in town tonight as we speak. He's going to be at the waiting room. John McLaughlin, have you ever seen him perform?
No.
Fantastic. We've known him for about 14 years. I think the first time we saw him, he was opening for Johnny Lang. And that
Johnny
was
Lang's
his very
great.
first tour he
He's
was
one heck
ever
of a
on.
musician, yeah.
And this guy. Well, first time I saw him in Kansas City, and then I came back the next day to work, and I was like, we got to have this guy on. So I went and saw him that night over in Council Bluffs, and then we had him come into the studio. He was just on his first tour.
I like his name.
And
like the McLaughlin.
John
group.
McLaughlin. He's just like, it's really
very
McLaughlin.
intense, right?
Yeah. He's super
very,
cool.
He's very funny.
All right,
okay, so let me grab it. I had to Bluetooth this bad boy in.
Oh
Let me
my
find
God.
it.
He
Hold
can
on.
do that. Thank goodness. The engineer in him coming out.
Just
Okay.
hit click pair. Okay, here we go. I'm going to go back.
Thank you so much for having me.
Text us. You can tweet us. Okay, hold on.
So then,
Let's get to this. Half speed, and here we go. Let's go back to our voices first.
she was a huge fan of Johnny Lang's.
That's-
and that's
yeah,
what going to be on his
that's
album.
better.
Same
Go.
story I just told. That's great. Casino. And so we went down there. And so, and I saw your opening. I was more impressed with your show than
Go get past this.
watching his. I was you shoot.
Okay, here's
Raising their hand.
his management company's going to kill us. He was hammered on Skype yesterday.
Like a
was like-
religious experience. Yeah.
And seriously, because he's never got.
That is just the best.
So that's like going to someone's, like when you're in high school and you go to someone's house and it's like 3:00 in the morning and you're partying and whatever. And you have those parents that are in the basement and they're like, oh my God, look at my son, he's 16. Right. have some it's okay. We let them drink because
weird home.
they're not driving and their
It's
parents are
safe
cool.
All
with
their
it.
keys are in the sink. Just let them drive. Yeah.
But we all know people.
Yes.
That is incredible.
Isn't that crazy how?
Oh my God.
And we actually got some calls from people because
Yeah.
they hit that button accidentally and they're like, I don't know what's going on, but something is up. Like it was too fast. One person's like, it's going too. But if you for interview shows, like you can get through a lot of podcasts by listening on time and a half. I used to do that on the way from Lincoln if I wanted to burn through an hour and a half episode or
And
something.
it doesn't sound incredibly annoying.
Dude, it sounds like you're either drunk or on cocaine.
Right,
It's
one of the two. Right.
That's it. That's it.
So years ago, we, for St. Patrick's Day, we did this thing on K-Rock in New York, and I'm sure it's like an old radio bit that we did, and we got drunk on the air, but we had like a police officer.
Yes.
So we tried to see how many beers it would take to get my name on the radio at the time.
Were you doing the breathalyzer?
Oh, yeah, the
And
breathalyzer.
They're checking you to see how much alcohol it takes before you're illegal.
It was the worst thing it was the worst thing that you could ever
I
do.
got offered a water when I got here.
That's right. we don't have insurance, so it's just waters around.
We do have the rum chata out there.
Oh, well.
For sure.
Nappy time.
It got to the point where one of the DJs like peed next to the console.
Oh my God.
We started it off, and all of a sudden, like these other DJs from different shows would come in. And was that what was that?
That's my vet calling to tell me my cats are done being groomed.
Anyway, cats grew?
Well, okay.
Okay, that's
another
great
story. Hold on.
Just we will
Just hold
trust me.
on.
We will get to that. Just
We'll
pause
revisit.
that.
Okay. Anyway,
And it's just right because we got to talk about cat grooming.
So then, needless to say, this was probably the first and last time K-Rock ever seen us do that bit.
Yeah.
Where, I mean, I was pretty hammered. Like Altar Boy got drunk.
I was Altar Boy too.
I was
That
Altar Boy
I forgot
back,
about that.
way
All
back.
things.
Pre-frosted tips.
Altar Boy.
before he got them tips frosted.
And it smelled like just a nasty
my God.
bar.
Well,
Yeah.
and in the morning, it was what, probably 5:36 in the morning?
That was the evening show, 6 to 10.
Oh, 6 to 10. Okay. Oh,
we couldn't
gosh.
get away with it in the morning. Howard Stern was on in the morning.
Okay.
At that time.
Yeah, that's that. We did ours. Ours was in the morning.
Oh, you guys did that?
We did do that. No, we did not.
No, we
do
didn't.
That.
She did it, yeah.
That was another time. But yeah, it was.
That's what you sounded like.
It was.
Yeah.
That's what. Okay.
All right, it's 5:35
Yes.
in the morning, and we're gonna go to traffic in a second. Right now, we're gonna play some music.
Yes, that's about right. But that was way before. Yeah.
Okay.
But I remember though too. By the same before we get to the cat grooming.
Yeah, I was going to
is-
say, okay, grooming cats.
in,
Go ahead.
in real life at one of the stations I first worked at
Yeah.
was back in the days of a lot of under the table payments to record producers, to DJs, to et cetera. And I was an intern and assistant at the
little
time.
payola.
And all that was going on.
Yeah.
And it was at a station that ended up, it was like a 15, 20 year lawsuit because they had enough money, the owners did, to fight it. And they were trying to bring them down on those charges because that was going on. Because there was lots of stuff going on the air.
Oh my God, yeah.
Besides, and there were no cops watching.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
My first day at Sweet 98 a long time ago with Rocket, the very first day as an intern when I was 18, that Rocket did the first topless newscast. I thought this is the absolute greatest internship on the planet. And I thought it was going to be fake, but no, I walked in and then
boobies.
Put him on the glass. It was right there on the corner of 10th and Farnham.
You did not just say that.
She did it.
Wait, didn't he get arrested for making a threat against the president?
He did
time?
get arrested. He got tailed by the Secret Service though. Yeah, for 2 weeks. He was freaked out.
Yeah.
And I don't even remember what the comment was. It was something that
He said something like
whatever.
Bush is coming into town or quail. I remember I was like I think I was in junior high or high school or something.
Yeah, he got in trouble.
I liked him though. He was fun.
We just had him on the podcast a few days ago.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah, he's doing really well.
Where's he at?
Nashville.
Does he still go by Rocket in the morning?
Yeah, he goes by Nashville Rocket. Nash Rocket is
Okay.
what he is on social media. Photographer, just stunning pictures. Does a lot of pageants.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like the guy for a lot of the pageant contestants, all ages. They go and he does a phenomenal job. And then he's got a YouTube podcast that he does.
Yeah, the pageants.
It's good. Yeah.
He's like, what? Why would I stop? Because these ladies come to my house. I take pictures of them. We do a podcast.
Why would I creepy?
Right, and that's what I said. I'm like, it's so creepy.
Come over and sit over in Uncle Nash's lap.
That's what he said to Pat all the time.
Did I ever tell you about that one time we did this topless newscast?
Yeah.
Oh man,
Say it slow.
I liked your sash.
Yeah, right? Oh my God. Okay, to the cat grooming.
Okay, cat grooming.
Here's the deal is I adopted these 2 cats in October. And I had a dog, no other animals. And okay, this is the sad part. I had a pack of animals before, like 3 dogs and 2 cats. They were all little guys, like miniature Pomeranian, toy poodle, those kind of things.
Yeah, like Noah's Ark in your house.
I did. I was one critter away from needing a license, special license, a kennel license, essentially.
Because you're in the city of Omaha. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
And so, all 4 of them, or all 5 of them, whatever, together, I think weighed 32 pounds. Anyway, they all were about the same age and they all pretty much died within 18 months of each other.
And you lost like 3 in 2 weeks at one point, didn't you?
It was
How do you console someone that loses like your
Nobody
babies?
did. Nobody did.
Pat never called?
I think
Nobody did. Anyway,
I saw her every day.
I got cards from the vet. I got that kind of thing. But
and big bills from the vet.
What?
She just had a cat. It's totally cool.
And so I ended up adopting a dog, and then I thought, I think I want to take a look now. The dog's a little bit older. Let's take a look at cats. So I go look at the cats. These 2 paired off. They'd been there like for 4 or 5 months, and they had been taken in. They were been surrendered. They were malnourished, in horrible shape, but beautiful cats. So I thought, all right, we'll give it a try. The poor things have not had a lucky go at it. They're 5 and 8 years old. Let's see if we can make this happen. I had barn cats growing up, right? So I'm like, we can do this.
Like me, you can't pet those cats.
Yeah, right. It's
and that's actually going to be the title of today's podcast. You can't pet those cats.
Because and I'm like, we'll get along great. So the cats and I have just recently, that's October, November, December, January, February. I'm going to say February is when I first finally was able to touch them.
No way.
Seriously. They just
Isn't that how all cats are though?
I've had cats that, like the minute you sit down, they want to lay on the keyboard. It's like they're right in your face all the time. These cats.
Especially if you feed them.
I feed them. So I started feeding them tuna. To kind of like bribe them.
Like she put tuna in her pocket.
Cats.
Like legit.
Like I said though, seriously, it sounds really creepy because it's kind of like hashtag me too. Because it's like here's some tuna. Come here, let me just pet. Camille. Let me scratch your neck.
Cats know their own kind. I'm an asshole. They stay away from me.
See,
Really?
that is true.
Literally, they will not come near me.
They know
sense it.
I won't pet a
Just
cat.
like dogs can.
Don't
Dogs
like a
can
cat.
sense not a bad person, but somebody that doesn't like them.
I was
scared of them.
I was doing
Yeah.
a show in Portland, Oregon, a couple years ago, and I made a comment in the newsroom. I was doing a morning show, and I made a comment in the newsroom that someone said something about cats. I was like, oh, I hate cats. So I got a call. I got a call from the news director. He said, hey, can you come in here real quick? Hey, can you do me a favor? Can you go down to HR? I said, for what? And he goes, did you say something about how you don't like cats? I go, no. I said, I hate
big difference.
Yeah, big difference.
So
Let me make sure I'm
he goes,
clear.
in Oregon, in Portland, we don't do things like that. I mean, I'm like, dude, no, I mean, I don't like cats.
Like,
I
not-
don't like.
not-
It's not like I don't
you
like.
know,
I just don't like.
I don't
cats.
like cats.
I don't like cats.
I don't like cats.
We don't get along.
I'm just not a cat person. He goes, yeah, next time, just
So
someone,
they thought you meant you liked you're like bestiality.
I don't know
Brian?
what the
bestiality, Brian.
I think they didn't like the aggression.
No,
I think it was more like they didn't like the fact that we were so certain that you hated cats. It was like, okay, you could just say, I don't like
They were
cats.
like literally thinking that, wow, the morning show guy likes to.
Or they maybe did think that.
They may have. I mean,
Is
it's
it-
Portland.
It's Portland.
Well, their motto is keep Portland weird.
There you go.
You
That's
were- I
true.
thought you were helping with that.
By the way, when does this air?
Yeah, right.
It's like in the morning. Tomorrow. Like, what is
Yeah.
this guy talking about?
Yeah, it'll be early tomorrow morning.
2 in the morning.
But anyway, so back to the cats real quick. The cats, because the cats are like they are, they had like skin problems, they had dermatitis, and then everything was cured when I got them, but their hair was growing back. And so they can't groom themselves real well because they were really weak. And anyway, they won't let me touch them to groom them at all. And they both have long hair. And so they've got some mats that need to be.
Like a Rastafarian cats.
Yes.
Got some dreads.
Yes, that's it.
You come in, you play Bob Marley.
But
the
you've got
cats
to-
are token on a number.
You still got to take care of it. You can't just let it go, right?
Yeah.
And so anyway, that's why they're in. And I've already taken the one in already because she had some mats on her tummy and stuff and get that taken. They had to put her under and shave her.
Oh my
So
god!
you have
tummy.
hairless cats.
Well, just her undercarriage.
I would have fun shaving a cat.
But can you imagine that? Stop. Just stop. But I just,
Brian, can you please go sit in HR, please?
right? Down the hall to the left.
We had one of our cats just had a tooth pulled yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was had to put her under, and she was
Yeah.
super groggy last night.
sorry.
Are you
really?
surrounded by cat people?
Well, you got two.
2, yeah,
Yeah,
Molly and
I've got
Addie.
two.
Did you tie a string around?
No.
It was
the
at the
cat?
vet, it was at the veterinary.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was at the vet.
See, that's by the time I go pick up the cats, they'll already be awake and running around, and not wanting to be near me. That's where they'll be by the time.
Back to normal and ignoring mom without tuna in her pocket.
It's gonna take me 4 more months to build their trust back up after I
Right.
got them in a cage to take them to the vet this
Yeah,
morning.
they get back. They're pissed off and
Yeah.
they're groggy and they have no hair on their stomachs. They're like, "What, this lady?"
What happened to me?
Yeah.
See?
So you guys a little worried about the coronas because
No.
I see that we're kind of far apart. From
Are
each
you
other.
worried about? Because you're from. I mean, New York is
very
freaking out about it.
worried.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Are
worried
you?
about it. I came. So I've been doing a movie for the past few months, and it's scaring everybody. Like I feel like everything's going to be shutting down. So I came back here to
see,
kind of hide out for a little
That's
bit.
part of the problem is like it's a vicious cycle is that you start seeing things close down. Well, then people can't go out. They don't have work.
And the market
then
too
you-
is like just
Oh,
it's
tanking.
crazy. Yeah, exactly. And it's like, well, is what's feeding? Is fear feeding this? Because it hasn't really gotten to the panic level yet. It shouldn't be. But now all of a sudden you're seeing people already act as if it's a pandemic and it's not. So
well, it's affecting every industry too
It's-
because she's in
yeah.
the modeling industry and she
Yeah.
was just telling me a story about how what were you saying a little bit earlier?
We have girls placed in LA
Yeah.
that are from Nebraska and they're being sent home just because the clients
There's no
aren't
jobs.
receiving shipments and there's no work for them out there. So
and
they're going back.
they're not receiving shipments, and so you've got a lot of people in the docks that aren't going to work because
you'd be-
shipments aren't coming in.
You've seen a lot of pretty girls like walking around Omaha. Like, hey, not employed. So if you guys
He really wants to stay now.
I think so, right?
if you need some work, you need
Really?
someone to work for you.
I mean, seriously, there's a surplus right now. We
You got some
get
like supermodel serving you coffee. What happened?
Awesome.
Well, LA. It's
Well,
10 right now.
Corona.
Tilka
It's the
Vente.
Corona.
Wasn't there?
Yeah.
There was a United plane that had to turn around because somebody sneezed.
This morning?
Somebody sneezed,
out.
and some people were upset people, so the United flight had to turn around.
And it turned out she has allergies.
I mean, that's
And
craziness.
but she was saying that, of course, on the plane, nobody wanted to have any of it because she just sneezed, and other people they were disruptive. Not her. The people around her were freaking out and they wanted to be moved and they couldn't be. And so they had to turn around and go back.
It's so dry in these planes. I was a little worried about this too because I've had a cough, and not pre
Oh, great.
coronavirus cough. No, but I had a cough.
yeah.
It's been going on for like the last 2 months, and so I'm work out every day. I'm fine. I'm not feverish or anything. Don't get worry about it. But when I was flying here from New York, I was a little worried about. If I'm like sitting in my chair and I'm coughing, all of a sudden someone's coming over to me like, because you see like on the planes too, people are wearing masks now.
Just crazy.
and that, which is, I appreciate it if you're sick to wear a mask.
Yes.
I do appreciate when people
not gonna-
do that. It's not going to protect you from getting it, but it can help you not spread it.
From spreading,
right?
yeah.
So I can appreciate that. They said that some people claim that it's they're talking it down in some areas because they don't want to rush on the masks because we are completely undersupplied because they're majority made in China.
Toilet paper.
How about the
Toilet
rush on the
paper?
toilet paper? That's
2 weeks.
No, one of the reasons is because one of the symptoms is getting the trots.
right. So let's
That's
not
what
rush
they're
on
saying.
I
it.
order everything.
Amazon, right?
I Amazon Prime or I Whole Foods it. I don't. She's like,
Hello?
why don't you want to go to the grocery store? I'm like, why?
Why?
If you don't have to.
I don't need to.
So I ordered toilet paper.
yes.
And
Was it back ordered?
So I had to tell her, yes, it is.
Really?
I'm not kidding you. And my favorite toilet paper is Charmin, the extra soft, because I was like,
I'm all Cottonelle.
I just
Pillowy.
So it's my first time trying the Cottonelles.
I'm all Cottonelle.
Just ordered it.
Did it come in? Have you tried
No,
it
it's
yet?
gonna be. It'll be here on Saturday.
Good for you.
Good TV, good luck. Thoughts and prayers until Saturday.
A lot of paper towels.
Rationing.
Oh, we're out of paper towels too.
No, that's coming in on Saturday.
I have makeup wipes.
Is it like every morning do you check with Alexa or your dot and just say, where's my stuff?
Well, fabric.
Just curious.
No, it's an addiction. You can
No,
ask
it's
her.
more of me messaging him. Why the hell is there another Amazon delivery at my front
Almost
door?
every day.
It's nice when you don't know what it is. It's like
It
when you
is.
No,
order
it's
it and
not
goes done.
exciting. It's
What did I
like
get?
cough drop.
Oh, I was the king. But the thing is, I was the king. I was the king boyfriend. She's like, oh my God, snap this. Look at him. Got me all this like food.
That happened.
And now she's just like, stop.
I only
This
get
is
excited
ridiculous.
when I get the message at work that it's requesting an ID.
Because now you
because
realize
it's alcohol.
right now you realize that he wasn't doing this for me. This is
Oh, no, yeah, we
this
came
is
to
an
that
addiction.
conclusion.
Yeah.
I'm like, I told you I don't even like these. He's like, yeah, but I do.
But I do.
But she's lying though, because I'll see like in the middle of the night, I'll just be hearing. I'll look over and she's just like crunching on something. She's like, "Oh, peanut butter cookies."
Yeah, I did do that.
Thank God somebody ordered these. Oh my God. No, I do the same thing though, ordering stuff. I'm right there with you. It's just, it's easier and generally it's cheaper.
I could get boxers on Amazon. I mean,
Yeah.
I know it's pissing off
You
a
can
lot of
get
the
your
real.
underpants, you can get your dog food, you can get everything. And Chewy, I do Chewy for the dog's food
Oh yeah,
because it's free delivery.
How annoying was it back in the day? You had to go to the pet store.
I mean, yeah,
and
how
lug that big
lame.
bag
How
around.
inconvenient.
Yeah,
Right.
totally inconvenient.
Totally. Oh my God. Stand in line.
those Amazon drivers got to be really strong.
Oh my gosh. I feel bad for somebody. Now,
Somebody was priming delivering in our neighborhood Sunday morning. It's like 9:30, and there was a
do.
prime van going through the neighborhood.
they zip right through, but you've got the doorbell ring.
Yeah.
You ever watch the guy when they're delivering some of the heavy stuff? Yeah, sometimes they're a little aggressive.
Yeah. After like a full day of just like everybody, because I'd be assuming what's in these little packages, it's cough drops. I'd be pissed. Like I drove all the way here for.
You want to know what
effing
he
cough
had
drops?
shipped to mine via Prime once? I was really interested in this book that my grandmother recommended. And I like going to the
She
bookstore,
told me
right?
this. Yeah.
He primed the book and he sent me the summary. Like the
like the
Spark
Cliff Notes?
And I mean,
Nice!
this thing.
I like it.
No, but this thing was delivered to my front door. It
didn't know
had
any
to
better.
weigh 0.2 pounds. That would have been
the
something
Cliff
that was
Notes.
thrown. I open it.
Oh my, you should have got the digital version, dude.
So I thought, what? No, she doesn't like that. She likes to actually have it in
Fill
her
the
hand, but
paper?
she wanted the paperback. I didn't read summary on there because I don't read.
Oh my God.
So I just
Cliff
got
Notes.
it, right? But
That's
then,
great.
But then I got you the hardcover, and that came in on Sunday, and you still haven't.
Cracked
Because
it.
it wasn't delivered straight to my door. It's in my mailbox.
Because she read the summary. Why
won't go-
do you
she
want
won't
to
go
go
to
to
the
the
book.
book?
She already knows how it ends.
Yeah, she read the summary.
There should be a podcast just on the addictions of Amazon because
It's a thing.
I'm like, oh, we're low on water.
But we're not. We never are. There's just cases piling up.
It's so fun.
There's stuff. I know what you mean. Though. It's too easy just to get on and order it, especially they click it now.
Wait, I
Buy
know.
it now.
Right.
And it's done.
What about those little dots? Those little, not dots. What are those things where you like have, it's like a
little-
tied.
Yeah, the buttons.
Yeah.
I
button.
have a couple of those. I don't use them anymore.
I mean, to me, that seems like over the top, like
I know.
convenient.
I have one of those
Do you-
little wands.
do you know
too,
how
that's
it
kinda
started?
Yeah, that's would have been awesome.
So I'm at her place and I noticed that she's a clean freak and she likes to have everything like organized, and which I like. It's a big turn on. So I'm thinking,
You're keep cleaning, babe. Keep clening. Keep cleaning. Good job.
That's all it takes.
Super hot.
That sounds so sexist.
Right.
Keep cleaning.
lingerie. I'm like, girl, you got mop? Yeah. You got broom?
Oh my God.
Is it so? I'm in her place. I'm cleaning up in the kitchen area, and I go and grab pods to do the dishes in the dishwasher. Well, they weren't just pods. It smelled like laundry.
Oh, they were laundry pods?
She was using laundry pods for for the dishes. So that's kind of how the Amazon.
For 6 months. I kept
I'm not
rebuying them.
Tide cleans
I was
dishes.
using Tide Pods.
Your shirt and your coffee mug smell the same.
That is awesome.
So that's kind of how my obsession with like ordering Amazon for her place began. I didn't mean to put you on blast, but that was funny.
That is funny.
And they were
smelled
worried.
great.
They were worried about people just eating them.
Right.
Come on.
Didn't
Our
it get,
immune system's
extra
invincible.
foamy? Didn't get like extra foamy bubbly?
No, it didn't.
Oh.
That's crazy.
And you know what? I ran out of my Tide Pods, not knowing they were Tide Pods, and I looked to see if I could put dishwasher soap in there. I will tell you from experience that does foam up.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
I did that too.
Yeah. You really did that?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like just a couple little drops and it's excessive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coming out.
That's
the
why
way it
when you
works.
fill the little container in the dishwasher, it's so teeny tiny. You just a little
On
bit
the
of-
next episode of Millennial-ish.
Right.
What are you doing differently? I don't know. She's in her 20s. Leave her alone.
She'll figure it out.
You use the dots
Old time.
too.
She did what?
The smelly dots that you can put in the laundry.
From Target.
You
The
can get
aroma
all
ones.
different. You've got the gain ones and you've got the like.
I don't
did that as
understand
well.
those.
the
little-
fragrance enhancers. They're boosts. They're
Yeah,
fragrance
it smells
boost.
so good.
I didn't always want to know what that was. I thought it was just like,
Do they
Sometimes
disappear?
they don't. Sometimes
Yeah.
they don't all the way though.
Well, I guess it depends
confetti.
to like my washer. I don't like my washer because it doesn't have an agitator. It's the one that's basically flat at the bottom and it's supposed to save water.
Sure.
Okay, that's not going to happen again because that's bull. I got done with those in the shower heads the same way. Drilled those babies out so you get full pressure. But the
Right.
washing machine, so I generally wash them bulky so it fills the son of a buck up. It has enough water in there. If you have enough water, the dots will dissolve and you won't
Okay.
have them left. But they're fragrance boosters. So like if you use Gain, you can get Gain dots. And if you use other types, you can get other kinds of boosts depending on what kind of smell you want to have.
I didn't know that.
And
I
it
just-
does last.
never
There's
use them.
definitely a female washing your clothes if you smell like these.
Or if you see them.
accelerators.
Because I just like mine's
Just
just, I
put a
got
few
the
dots
pods
in
and I
and
got the fabric softener.
Right,
sheets.
Right, and that's it.
That's
Throw it in.
That's all I need.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
I don't use fabric softener anymore either. Mom got me these things. They're like they look like little tennis balls, but they're made from
Like wool?
kind
balls?
of like that.
Yeah,
but
I've
you
seen
use
those.
them in the dryer and they help
And
your
they-
clothes dry faster and no static.
Yeah, but then the
And it
first
helps
time the
buzz
bang,
them
bung,
up.
bung, 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 bung,
They're
bung.
very-
And I
they don't
learned,
make
like-
very much noise. They're really soft.
Oh, really? I'm thinking
Yeah.
the wrong thing.
Yeah, you probably real
Me
tennis
too.
ball.
Thinking of
Do you-
baseball.
Pat, when you do your clothes, do you wash your clothes and your wife's clothes and your kids?
He doesn't
We
do laundry.
wash everything. And
He doesn't
we
do
wash.
laundry.
I actually do, and my
Stop.
son even does it. We do, which is just one of the million reasons why I love my wife. We just throw everything in the washer at the same time and just put soap in there and cold water. I love her.
Look at him.
Look at me. I love it.
See, I've shrunk her clothes.
I've done
He
that.
did my laundry once.
That was being
mind
sweet.
you. Once.
That's a plan.
And
Yeah.
That's a ploy.
No, you know what it is?
Because then you say, I don't ever want you to touch my laundry again. And he says, oh, darn. I love doing your laundry.
yeah.
Okay.
That's great.
So
She's
anytime
like-
he screws something up, just know it's a plan.
because she's tall and she's got these like Lululemon stretchy pants and I messed those up.
Oh,
Gentle.
Those are cheap. Yeah. I always ask. I'll do it. But
Hang
the
dry
washer,
everything.
is the same. Wash your cold, whatever. But if it goes to the dryer, I always, hey, if something feels like a fishnet, if it feels like,
A fishnet?
not like stockings, but
What?
like whatever.
Oh, this is for your
It's called
Saturday
bra.
night show on the stream.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Those are
Yeah.
yours.
Right. If
Okay.
if my bra has a clasp on it, I don't dry it. So yeah, I ask a lot of questions.
Can you
'Cause I-
see? Wait, hold on a second. Can you see Pat sitting behind his microphone,
Nobody-
taking requests from his
Oh.
people calling into his or
Seriously.
typing into your web show?
Yep.
Oh, you want me to
Typing
do
in.
what? Okay, let me get the oil.
Yeah, I don't
What's
know if I can
that?
do that.
Can you Google that?
What is a rusty trombone? Bah, bah, bah.
There was a girl the other day. I can't remember what podcast I was listening to. It might have been. I think it was the either Jensen and Halls, which is the Murder Squad. They also have Yardley. What's her last name?
Smith?
Smith, that from The Simpsons.
Oh yeah.
Okay, she has one called Small Town Dicks, and it's about detectives that are working these. They go back and look through these cases, and that's where her ex-boyfriend's a cop and his twin brother is both are former
I
cops.
like
and
how
so
you
they,
couldn't remember Smith.
right, I couldn't remember. I didn't know. I just Yardley.
But
Yardley,
Dix,
what?
she
She remembers
knew.
Yardley.
I remember Yardley.
But not
That's so
Smith.
odd. I can't remember. Like, what's her last? She always just says, "This is Yardley."
Oh,
That's
okay.
all she ever says. Anyway, what were we just talking about? Okay, she was
Small
talking
town
about
dicks.
yes, she was talking about the webcam stuff and all this stuff, and somebody else may have been on the show with them. But anyway, they mentioned some of the fetish sites that they have that aren't dirty. They're just things that people like more than others. Like some people like toes. Some people like feet in general. And she said she took a picture of her feet when she was at the pool and had just posted it on Instagram and just, sunshiny day. And it was the feet and the pool in the distance, like 9 million other people do. And it got snatched up and it was on one of those sites.
That's so
and
weird.
had thousands of downloads.
Do they have a category for hammer toes?
I don't, probably. You can make some money on that.
What's a hammer toe?
It's when one of your toes is twisted.
Never heard of that.
We're in the
Google
You ever
it.
watch
Wrong
Mama
line
June?
of work.
Do you
Yeah,
ever
but
watch
you're
Mama
perfect.
June?
Yeah, you
ever watch Mama June?
No.
Honey
Oh,
Boo
she's-
Boo.
Wait, that's a Honey Boo Boo thing. Yeah, I've never seen that.
She's into drugs now.
Yeah.
No, I think she's always.
The new
always kind of
season
been
is
there.
just
Stems from
starting.
pageants.
Yeah.
Right? Their newest season's just starting, as a matter of fact. Season 4 of From Not to Hot. And now it's something about jail. I don't remember what the name of the season is.
She's a crackhead. That's what I read.
Mama June.
She lost one of her.
Still one of the best. That first season of Here Comes Honey Boo Boo when she was still big and she had terrible allergies and would sit on the train tracks and sneeze all day. It was absolutely.
But she wore
the
socks
best.
everywhere.
She wore socks on the dirt. It was just
In
the
the
absolute
pool,
best.
everywhere, because
I let my children watch that show.
Tell about
And
the toe.
Okay, she didn't have a hammer toe. She had a forklift foot because she
Weird
at
flex.
the place where
Weird
she.
flex?
Oh, this is great. This is great. So I'm learning a lot of the words that my son and when she would say.
Yeah.
From Generation Z to millennials.
Yeah.
Weird flex. Do you guys ever use that in a
Weird
sentence?
flex?
Absolutely no. That's
That-
like
what
when
you just
somebody
did was
says
a
what a
weird
great
flex.
or somebody else will look at you and say, "Oh, nice flex," because
Yeah,
when you
you
say
got
something,
it.
you throw it out there, and it's like, "Oh, gotcha."
That's why I
Weird
have her
flex
here.
is an odd
Got it.
change of convers. You changed
And he needed a ride.
a twist.
Oh,
It's
I
a
write them
twist.
down.
So what was the weird flex? Was it the
Hammer toe to forklift
foot?
That she,
Okay.
Yeah, that she has a forklift foot.
And it was just
just like-
it got run over by a forklift. And
Literally.
it got
Just
infected.
like,
and
strange thing to brag about.
and she would never brag, but finally the whole season we're like, wait, nobody's seen the forklift foot. We want to see it because apparently it's infected.
And the socks are on it all the time.
she
They
took
were at
her-
the water park.
Yes, and she
Socks on.
took the socks off, and there were gnats flying around it.
You're lying.
no.
That's
That is why
disgusting.
it was the absolute greatest season of television I've ever seen.
You could
Really?
smell that visual.
Oh,
Right?
for sure.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was
terrible.
awful awesome.
So that was like how many years ago? Honey Boo Boo's like
Oh gosh,
14
that was 7 or 8 years
now.
ago. Yeah.
And she was like 6 or 8 when they started.
She was young.
Crazy.
And that was the mom that had it, not the little girl. The mom had that forklift foot.
You guys have been together for like what, 20 years?
Almost.
Yeah,
Almost 20
about
years.
19.
Think about all the reality TV shows that you've watched because
we
of
were
your
just
morning show.
talking about the mole when the mole came
I remember
out,
that, yeah.
and what's his? I can't say his name.
Anderson
Cooper.
Cooper.
And it was great when it started, and then it went Celebrity Edition,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
just fizzled. It was awful when it did that, but it was a great show until they went with the celebrity. Every show's like that though. Once they go celebrity,
It was weird
sucks.
because when I started doing
That was
reality
way
TV,
early.
it was like kind of like in the beginning of it all.
Yeah.
And they were all, so if there was like one successful formula, they would use others. It's like, okay, now we're doing a reality show that's kind of like American Idol, but we're going to do it for dating.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
for sure.
So
Yeah.
what Joe Rogan?
Yeah,
And
Fear Factor?
Fear Factor.
Yeah.
That came up the other day too in a conversation. Why did that? Oh, because we were talking about pizzle sticks. That's why.
I met
'Cause I
Joe-
get this for my dog. Another story. Anyway.
I met Joe. We were doing, I think spring break in Cancun, and he came in, and he just seemed bitter about like wanting or doing that show. And his podcast, by the way, is my favorite.
It's incredible.
Oh my!
It's really good.
I just listened to him and Adam Curry, who
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
one of the first VJs. And he is they call him the pod father.
He's
because he
great.
created the podcast. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
But, so he was on with Joe Rogan for like 3.5 hours. Unbelievable.
Which is
Yeah.
typical. I'm like, how do you find time, dude? How do you find time to do these 3-hour podcasts? Sorry, podcasts.
But there's,
I'm just like,
it's what's entertaining
I mean-
about it. It's like just because he's got this great way of like talking to these celebrities where you don't realize that you're actually doing a show because we all come from radio. We're like, all right, guys, coming up next, this is what's happening.
Yeah.
We're now it's all conversation.
Yeah.
We're talking to
That's
you,
a
not
tough-
at you.
For the
That's
longest time when we
yeah.
were all doing it, we were taught that the best way to do it was try to be conversational, but do it within 3.5 minutes. So it's like, it was like this pulling back and forth, like be conversational, but hurry your ass up. Let's go.
Right.
Yeah, being
So
fast.
now
Get to
you
the
don't
point.
have to anymore. You can just
And
chill.
the other thing, when I was doing this podcast last year or 2 years ago. Was it last year? God, I can't remember. Time flies so fast. It was called Sneakers and Stilettos. It was a relationship. It was a dating podcast.
okay.
And I'm sitting there, when you're hosting the podcast, you're just kind of like, reintroducing yourself every 5 minutes. Well, if they're on your podcast, they already know who you are.
Just like we said at the beginning, like we don't even need to introduce because the picture's there in the it's in the
Right.
show
Everybody
notes,
knows who's on the show.
Brian McFayden, Pat and JT, Miranda, we're all here chilling
It's
right
like,
now.
I know because I've been listening for 20 minutes. And just
I read
said
the
it.
description before I hit play.
Yeah. I know.
Why does he keep saying his name?
I download these. I subscribe.
I know
I'm
who
like,
else it is.
it's like, okay, never
Right.
mind. We're getting the hang of this, slow but sure. And seriously, when we first started our podcasts, it was hard to go to slow down, just to let it breathe, because you're constantly feeling like you need to either wrap it up or come up with your next topic. No dead air.
Gotta let it be. Oh yeah, I know, right? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like he's
And
getting
you
up to go to the
change
bathroom. He'll be right back. We'll talk. Well, let's talk about him some more. you know?
Exactly.
Yeah, I love the way the podcasts are.
I do too. And I think, and that's the fun part too, is that people, as they try them, and a lot of people were scared of them, and they still are, because there's still a lot of people when we go do presentations about it, and how many people listen to it? And it's like 50-50, which surprises me. But they said, fully a third of the country's listen to a podcast. Fully a third. That's
And
a
if it's
lot.
a topic of conversation that you're interested in, you're going to keep listening to that.
You search it out, right? And then, so if you're listening to it, you don't come across it by accident. And maybe the people you listen to, you like them, and they may suggest another one. That's how I found Small Town Dicks, to be honestly. And it's like, to be honest about it, and it's very good. And you just kind of roll with it from one end to the other, but realizing I don't have to listen to it all now. I can hit pause.
That's a theme of my Saturday show, by the way.
Small Town Ticks. I just pictured
Small
when
Town
you said
Dicks?
it at first, I was like, I just pictured like just some guy named Jerry driving a Camaro. It's, it's just
Looks like you just got out of a cold lake.
he's got a mullet. And he's just like,
But it's
Big
about
dick envy.
crime, and we fight crime. We just wear no
Crime
pants
fighters.
and fight crime. Yeah.
And a cape.
And a cape. And a cape. That'd be awesome.
But yeah, they figure out that they don't have to be as concerned about, I got to listen at 7:05. I got to listen at 7:05 or I'm going to miss the major announcement.
Yeah, it's so dumb.
And you
So
don't,
we
that's
already know
not-
it
and
on
you can
Twitter.
binge them too. That's what's great about your guys' your podcast. You
We're
go back and
still,
listen.
we haven't gone through the one yet that we have a voicemail
Yeah.
from somebody, and we've got voicemail, email, text message, however you want to get a hold of us. And somebody apparently binged a bunch from Denver to Omaha,
Nice.
and they have comments about all of them.
really good.
Yeah. So we haven't quite put those together
What's
yet.
been the
but,
biggest complaint?
not long enough, but we keep it around 20 minutes to a half hour ish, just about like the commute.
Some
to
go
work.
longer.
I listen to a lot of ones that are like between like 30, hour and a half usually. And mainly because I'm working out.
Yeah.
And people, especially if you have a long commute too, and you're in your car, like you want to be listening and engaged.
Yeah.
Let it roll. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I like about the 30 minutes about right in Omaha.
Yeah.
Or less, probably for most people. But if it's longer, I just jump back in later and
Right,
continue
it on.
Or if the conversation's going great, I just won't even end it.
Yeah.
Right.
We'll figure it out and edit.
Right.
Or in post.
Is that why you're at the gym for 3 hours?
Yeah.
That's why he's all swole.
I mean, you kind of have to,
Yeah.
I got to keep up with her.
Right. No, I hear you.
She the best is like she works out quite a bit. And this morning Miranda wakes up. What time did you set that alarm? 4?
5.
5? The first one goes off and what's the song?
Oh, I don't know why it's set to that Summer by Calvin Harris.
Random.
Oh my gosh.
Very random.
Yeah.
And
I
it's-
was feeling some kind of way one morning.
Yeah.
I guess.
I used to love that song.
Not
But when you
anymore.
hear it over and over and
5
over
in the
again,
morning.
okay. The thing is, like, okay, if you're getting up at 5 and you're gonna go to the gym, great.
Well, that was the plan this morning.
But you did it like 3 times, and you finally go. I just think I'm gonna go work out at like 5:30 today.
So we'll just
PM.
ignore
PM,
those
yeah,
alarms.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
and you're awake.
Snooze.
You could go back to sleep though, right?
No, but I mean, I've got up with her, and
Well, did you work out today?
Yes, I did.
I can tell you.
How many steps?
I'm a yeah.
1,000.
What are you talking about? I got
1,000 calories?
I got
1,000 calories.
1,145
this
calories.
kid will burn like 3,000 in one sitting, and then he'll try to compete me
We're in a
via Apple
competition right
Watch.
now.
I'm like, there's no possible way that I can keep up
Like, what do you
with
just run, like,
Our
17
BMIs are
miles?
slightly different.
Today
like,
I did 7 miles, and then I just do
As
weight
you
training
do.
and a lot of cardio because
With 7 miles? That's like,
Yeah.
really?
yeah, I got to keep the weight off.
because he's
Yeah.
listening to your damn podcast. He's beating me in all these competitions. You got to make them
know what?
shorter.
We'll shorten him
That's
up.
my complaint.
Yeah, that's
I'll
it.
call in
Okay.
after this.
JT and her
That's going to be another podcast. Another revenue stream for all the
Yes,
cat ladies
ladies,
out there.
she's single.
Whatever.
Huh?
I always pictured cat ladies like driving PT Cruisers.
Oh, I can't.
PT Cruisers. That's awesome.
Not my favorite vehicle.
She's like, no, it's a Mini Cooper.
And those are another one that's right up there with me. That's just the baby of the PT.
What do you
Cruiser,
drive?
Right? I have a truck.
Oh, okay. That's not a cat lady thing.
No.
No,
I'm
that's
not
like
a
big
cat
dog
lady.
thing. I know, but you have two.
I have a
that
German
you-
Shepherd.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
And does the German Shepherd like
They
chill
get
with
along.
Really?
The cat kicks his butt.
Yes, the cats are just.
Yeah, he's just coming to, so he's still a baby.
I can see you with the truck and a German Shepherd. Don't mess with JT.
I have a truck and I back it in.
Yeah, she does.
I park.
That does trigger some people around here. They're like,
does.
who backs in the stupid trucks? Like, oh my gosh.
I almost do it because I know it will. But yeah, yes, I do. I had a truck for a number of years, and then I had a Jeep for a number of years, and I went back to the truck.
Jeeps are great.
Loved my
the
Jeep.
Wranglers, or
I had the Grand Cherokee.
that's what she has.
Yep, absolutely loved it. And it was big enough for him. And then when I went to trade, it was like, do I continue down this road? I really wanted to keep it, but it was lease. Right? It
Jeep
was
people
time
are
to-
Jeep people. They
love
rarely
that
ever go
thing.
back.
I just got
loved
my
it.
first Jeep this week.
Yep,
On,
you did.
was it
Did you?
Tuesday? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a
Nice.
Grand Cherokee. It's
Congratulations.
Cherokee. Thanks. I love it.
Yeah.
My wife's a Grand Cherokee. She's had 3. It's her third.
So why do the girls
Yep.
always have the bigger one?
Right?
You said you have the smaller Jeep.
Well, I'm 5'6". So. I don't want to have to get one of those floating stairs.
Did you just shame him?
A floating stair, a running
Yeah.
board. Okay.
She's like, go back to your tree and bake me some cookies.
Floating
Yeah.
I love it. He didn't want to get a floating
striped
stair.
cookies.
That's
A
awesome.
floating bendy stair.
What was your first car?
A Geo Storm. No, my first car was an Escort, Ford Escort.
Okay, what about you, JT?
It was a GMC pickup.
And yours? Oh God,
That's 2011 Neon.
I had our Range Rover.
The BMW.
Yeah, of
I
course.
totaled it though. So.
You can hear it in
No
her
more.
voice too. It was
Yeah.
a BMW. Mine was an '88 Camaro.
It was a hand-me-down.
Ooh, that's
And
sweet.
my truck was older. It was about 10 years old when maybe 6-8 years old when I got it. My first new car, I gotta think here, was a Cutlass Supreme. Yeah, that was cool.
Was it?
It was very cool.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot. And then I had a Cavalier
I had
convertible.
Cavalier too.
Ooh.
I would have
That's back
convertible.
when Cavaliers, like when you shut the door, it sounded like a car just shut the door. Instead, it sounded like a tin can.
It was like the early '90s,
80s.
'80s, late '80s. I just
It
remember
was a
the
late
cabs.
80s car.
Yeah,
And it was
I had a
Cavalier
Cab too.
convertible.
Love cabs.
I got I was at a stoplight, and a pickup stopped behind me and hit me. And they'd hit their brakes because obviously didn't realize the light was red, and it was like a workman's truck. And anyway, the ladder on the roof of the truck that was those bars that hold the ladders up high over the bed of the truck flew forward and went through the
That's
roof
like
of my car.
Final Destination
Landed right
stuff.
behind my front seat, and I got out and I'm standing. It was at like 16th and Central in Phoenix, and I'm standing in the middle of the street and I'm just backing away from my car like, oh my God, you about killed me. Because it was just, there was a ladder sticking out of the back of my
That would've
car
been yeah.
through the
Wait,
roof.
let's get. That's a pretty scary situation. You almost died.
I almost died.
You had a Geostorm.
He almost died.
And guess what? And in the back, I had a matching No Fear sticker in the back
And what
window.
color was it?
Teal.
Yes.
Oh my God, I remember those ugly. Those cars sucked.
They
so
were
bad.
but when I bought the car, I'll never forget the guy's name. Todd Poston was a salesman at H&H Chevrolet. He sat me down, went in, got the car. I think I was 16 or 17, and he sat me down. I was like, "Listen, real talk." He said, "You're gonna get girls that just want you for your car now, so you need to like legit,
Or guys.
yeah, or what, yeah." And like, so
gonna
from that
get
point, I
attention.
thought, "Oh my, this is gonna be the best."
Is that a bad thing?
And then
No,
you
but
went
it's-
cruise in
he's-
Omaha?
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
so-
that's when you could cruise Dodge still.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's pretty accurate. So when those Geos came out, they were the hottest cars, right?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
So my dumbass traded in my '88 Camaro for a '92 Geo Tracker.
Ooh,
Red.
I used to like the trackers, but not better than a Camaro.
He's
right?
a Geo
So
man.
Jeep.
That's
I used
That's
to love those
awesome.
Geo trackers. Were pretty
and
legit.
I bought it at H&H Chevrolet as
Did
well.
you? Todd Poston,
Was
did he
Todd
sit you
there?
down?
Yeah.
Because you're gonna
He
get
sat
so
you down?
many dudes.
Yeah, so many.
It's like,
You're going to get so much attention. Just wait till you drive this.
you know what's? And I thought I was so cool. I remember taking pictures like back before selfies were selfies.
Yeah.
With the yellow disposable cameras. I'm like,
My car was in my senior picture. Like I leaned up
Did you
against
have a baseball in it too? Or your bat?
No, I had one picture. No, I had a baseball.
Just-
Well, I flipped the ball up in the air, but the car was. It would have been too much if I had the car and a baseball in the picture. So
Okay,
just
am I
one or
right
the
that
other.
this also was the skinny tie? That was the piano keys?
No, you're mixing stories. That
Oh,
was
okay, never mind.
Homecoming. I didn't have a date in high school, FYI.
I can tell.
Just in case you didn't know that.
He's
The car didn't work.
the car didn't work.
Pat went home and played D&D. Was it Dungeons? That's
Dungeons
D&D.
and Dragons.
D&D, yeah.
Yeah.
I played Tecmo. I was Tecmo Bowl kid.
Oh yeah, football guy.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, digital football guy. I played football in junior high until we did the monkey roll drill,
Well,
and then I went home
he
and I
did not
cried.
have a date.
Right. I did not have a date in high school. Repeat.
I'm just trying to picture you denim on denim.
I had that. That's
Yeah.
how'd you know?
Oh, in your senior picture?
Yeah.
You
Isn't
send me
that
these
what you're
pictures.
wearing right
I
now?
send you those pictures all the time. Yeah, you're wearing denim
That's
on denim
exactly
right
what
now.
you're wearing.
Yeah,
Wait a
I'm
minute.
Cool.
Careful.
His collar's not popped.
Legit calling me out for denim on denim as he's wearing denim on denim.
No, because Pat, my senior picture is with my Camaro, and it's denim on denim, and I have it. You guys want to see it?
Yes. We're going to post it.
Oh my god.
That's genius. Can you show me
Send
yours?
it to Pat.
I don't have my. Show me yours. I'll show you mine. I don't. I'll have to get it from my house. I don't have it with me.
Yeah.
It's pretty embarrassing.
You send it to Pat so we can put
Yeah,
it
we'll
with
post
the,
it.
Why
And I
would
should-
you have it with you? How do you have your senior
Right,
photos
it's
so
my-
accessible?
Thank
So
you.
It's
for
on my
asking that.
Instagram. It's on the gram, baby.
He's the king of Throwback
Right.
Thursday.
Throws back. Oh my
You would
God.
have to pay me to Throwback Thursday.
Yeah, but your Throwback Thursday was last Thursday. Mine was like 20 years ago.
Couple 10 Thursdays
Yeah.
or so.
TBT
Something-
to Valentine's Day 2020.
I mean, we grew up in the Jerry curl, the mullet, the
my
frosted
God.
tips, the
Oh, I saw your
Geo-tracker.
photos in your mother's house.
Yeah.
Oh God, how embarrassing is that? So
Yeah.
she went to meet mom. This is a great story. So she went to meet mom, and we went to a chili cook-off during the day. So we're kind of nice and we're feeling pretty good right now.
He
So-
was feeling
He's
very
feeling
good.
really good.
So of course, when you meet the family, I met her family, but when you meet the family, and she's meeting mom for the very first time.
Right.
I'm like, I have to be a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. So we get there, and the first thing my mom does goes, "Do you want anything to drink?" And I think I had a beer, and my mom hands Miranda, what was in it?
Do I look like a Smirnoff Ice drinker? I don't know why she,
got-
automatically did
She
that.
got iced.
You got ice?
She got iced. Girlfriend, like
Oh.
literally. And I wanted to post it, but I only posted it like privately, like amongst other friends. What do they call that? Secret friends or something on Instagram.
Yeah.
Close friends.
Out of request from me, I was like, nobody needs to see me on my knees chugging with like a Catholic statue in the background meeting his mom for the first time. He's like, it's funny. I'm
They
like,
were
that's
so
embarrassing.
because you've been over to the house,
Yeah.
over to my mom's house. So my mom kind of looks and they're like, "Oh my God, she's just really getting and going after it." Like, wow, you okay to drive?
No, they were like, are you good to drive? Do you want another one? And I'm like, no, I chugged it
But it-
because it's part of the game.
It was literally the first
what you're
2
supposed to
minutes
do.
of meeting my mom.
And she's chugging an
And
ice.
she's
yeah.
like, I just offered you a drink. And she, like, didn't even skip a beat. She got down on one
Thanks.
knee and
Nice.
just took it. I'll show you guys that one
Love
too.
that.
Because
Yeah.
the embarrassment, had she not and been called on it,
Would have been worse.
would have been way
Totally.
worse. Way worse. Way
Okay.
worse. Yeah. Okay. Let me see.
So yeah, you have to send that. Oh, if it's on your Instagram, I'll grab it.
Oh yeah. It's
That
on there.
is classic.
Yeah.
Denim on denim.
Denim
Oh
on
my
denim.
It never
God. The
gets old.
car and the jacket.
I'll have to find mine so we can post our senior picture car
Now,
by
this
car.
is this your letter jacket? Is it?
No.
No, it's just your jacket. But
Yeah.
it doesn't
So
have,
he was on the football team.
Oh,
So not
he
just
was. He actually
electronic.
played
Yeah,
on
yeah,
the football
yeah,
team.
yeah.
Gosh, damn it.
So okay, what's on the sleeve?
That's just the Gap when I worked at the Gap.
Okay.
What's it says? The Gap on it?
No, it doesn't.
No.
You know how I found it?
How?
Home Improvement.
Oh my
So
God.
my
show?
you know
Oh
Zachary
my
Ty
God,
Bryan, right?
yes.
So Zach he's a pretty good buddy of mine, and we both had the same freaking jacket. So Zach had his when he was on the show, but he was
Yeah.
like a couple years younger than me, and I'm like, that's so cool. When I already got it, so I waited until the credits.
Are you serious? Clothes provided by, some consideration by the Gap. That is crazy.
So I've told him that story. He's like, "Shut up!" I'm like, "Look at
my
the
jacket.
senior picture." Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what that is. Look at that.
That's
Go ahead,
hilarious.
walk over there, Tim. You got room. There you go. Oh man. Isn't that great?
Isn't that
Oh,
genius?
that's legit.
Look at the hair.
You look like Dolph Lundgren.
And that's the same.
Like
it's
super
the-
tough.
I'm
You
wearing the
look super
same
tough.
pants and the same shirt.
You look like you're almost wearing the exact same outfit.
Same outfit.
Yeah, except your
We'll
denim
have to
here's
do a
older.
side by side.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
you look like your son.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Wow. Yeah.
crazy.
True.
So he called me yesterday because we were going to do spring break up in
And your son's
Minnesota.
18, right? He's
18,
in college,
yeah,
freshman.
Freshman. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where is he going to school?
Miami.
Oh.
Yeah, right.
Go Red Hawks.
Miami, Ohio. So she went to the same school.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
They were actually classmates.
Yeah. It was really nice.
I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. Just for those of you listening. That's so weird. It was his
Okay,
ex-girlfriend, actually.
Just went through that? who was it that just went through that? What celebrity? They just started dating their son's ex.
Oh, that's weird.
Who
Yeah,
was
this was
that?
meant to be a joke.
Yeah, this was actually a
You weren't
joke.
supposed to run
No,
with
that
it.
just happened.
It was.
They
I
just
don't
they
remember who it
started
was,
they
but-
just they started dating their son's ex.
What a weirdo.
Oh, I can't remember who it was.
I told Dane about Miranda. They were supposed to meet each other for spring break. We're
It's
gonna do
Steve
spring
Harvey's
break.
daughter.
Oh, really?
Steve Harvey's daughter. Whoever she was dating, she's now dating her ex's dad.
Yes, that's right.
That is so weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
Strange.
Thanks. Glad I can still remember that crap.
No, that's not happening here, JT.
Sorry. I'll let it go. Let it go.
No, so we're gonna go to so Dane was gonna go to Florida and everything that's going on with the coronavirus. So I was just like, that's probably not a great idea. So we're gonna go see Pops up in Minnesota.
Nice.
And it's gonna take Miranda. She's gonna meet them for the first time. And he called me last night and he's just like, what do you think? And I'm like, you know what? We probably should back off the spring break for right now until everything gets better.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Yeah, but then I start thinking about like, who does spring break in Minnesota?
I was about to
I
say,
think that's
your
the
son's
safest
first
place to be.
college spring break. Yeah, let's go to Minnesota.
Well, he wanted to go to Florida with his friends, but then he
I
also
don't know that
means
I
a
would-
lot to me that he wants to see me.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
I know.
That's really nice.
No, that is cool. And
Weird
I
flex.
think Minnesota, you'd be pretty
Not quite.
safe.
Weird flex. Nice, nice
Yeah,
try.
That's a nice try.
I've been trying them all. No,
And can I tell you that
It
if
sounded
you
like it
do a
worked.
weird flex, you can't say it.
You can't bag yourself.
Oh, you can, so
You cannot bag yourself. That's not how it
so
works.
is there a positive flex? Can you say, hey, good flex? Like good?
No, you don't
Nice.
call it's like saying my nickname is.
Yeah.
You know, it's so funny, JT. I write these down.
I believe you.
So okay, so what is
He
it?
does
Weird
write them
flex?
down.
Is that what it's
Weird
called?
flex.
Okay, what's the other ones you've written down?
Popped or fried. That means you're ugly.
Oh wait, I thought that means you're drunk. Popped.
Popped. No, ask my son Dane.
Fried
These are
means you're
from the
ugly?
Generation Z.
Okay.
Cap equals no lie. Like no, or cap means lie.
Lie.
Like if you say no cap, that means no lie. I learned that one.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I wrote that next to it. No cap, no lie.
Hashtag old guy key.
painful.
Thanks, Boomer.
Yeah. God, if I hear that another time every day in my house, all the time.
It's like, dude, I'm not
I
the
don't
boomer.
hang out with you boomers.
Did you ever say I'm not a boomer?
No, I just.
Oh, I did
didn't
write this
bring it up.
down. I write this down because of you. You told me to write this down. Weird flex equals strange thing to talk about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Right.
So then that's a slam on somebody. Like if you bring up something weird, to be like weird flags.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you say it with an attitude like
Unexpected.
Yeah.
like I like mayonnaise on my peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
weird flags?
It's just like
And it
It
probably
would
just
have
cost
Is that a
you
legit
nowhere.
thing you do?
No,
You like
but
mayo-
that would be a weird flex.
Be a very weird flex.
it's like it would have cost you
I wrote that down, too.
$0 to not say
Just
that.
not say it. You didn't need to say that. Why'd you say that?
cost you $0 to not say that.
Oh,
That's
so
totally
there's
great.
other ones that are now outdated because she lets me know that too. I used to say once I learned what dank meant.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this food's dank. Like that means it tastes
So
good.
dumb.
And
Like-
that was like 10 years ago.
Yeah, you can't
and
say dank.
she's banned me from saying that word, but I'm allowed to say it once a day.
I love dabbing. Dabbing is fun. I know that's
Oh,
old.
God.
What does that
And
mean?
He
dabbing.
literally
I love it all the
texts to
time.
me, and then
I
at the
just-
end of the text,
but I do
it'll
it. I do it to my- I do it.
dab.
I do it to piss
He'll
off my
text-
kids. My
No.
kids hate it.
No, you text.
Oh, I
it's
text-
a word at the end of the text. You
Dab.
just write the word dab.
I love it. It's the best. It's the best. And I'll say, I'm picking, my daughter's a freshman in high school, and if I pick her up from school, as soon as she gets close to the car, I drop it on her. Boom. Windows down. Oh, it's awesome. And
my
it
God,
just
that's
embarrasses her as she wants to just shoot me.
Fire? Do you guys know that one?
Oh, that one's on the ban list too.
Yeah,
I can't say fire anymore.
What does fire mean?
It's fire.
It means I like your shirt. That's
That's
fire.
fire.
That's
That's fire.
It's hot.
That's hot.
Okay.
Can't say on fleek.
bad.
Leave that one alone.
Ooh, the fleek one. I don't
Yeah,
do
leave
that,
that
one.
one
I
alone.
don't like that.
Don't do that. Never liked it when it has.
I like yeet. Kids
What's-
still say yeet?
You're dabbing, you're yeeting.
What's a yeet? What is a yeet?
I don't know. It just sounds fun.
Miranda, what is that? What is a yeet?
It's like it's just like expressive and
Yeah, it's not doesn't mean anything. So yeet,
yeah. It's just like
My
a
s-
way to hear yourself talk.
Yeeting?
Just like
I think,
you're excited.
Brian and I'll just stop right now because it's not. We're not helping
you
ourselves.
probably can't even
I don't know
describe
what
it
it-
yourself.
You
Yeah, have no
overhear,
idea
you
what it is.
overhear things your kids
I
say.
hear them
don't
say
you?
it, and then I just
So
say
he
it back to
says
them to make them
partials.
mad and to make to embarrass.
Well, I
them.
started learning these because when Dane would text me, like, and I think he texted me something. We were right next to each other, and I go, "What does this mean?" She goes, "He says good night, love you too." But it was all like
He
letters.
did LY too.
Yeah,
Oh,
I didn't know what that meant. I thought it was like, oh, what is? I
My
was
son
gonna
does
write
that
back.
too. LYT or LYT LY2. Yeah, I was like, dude, you can't just say
Can't
it,
you say I love you?
or just send me a heart
Yeah.
emoji. I'd be fine with that. I'd be fine with that.
I would probably start crying if my son sent me a heart emoji.
I would get legit emotional if my son sent me a heart emoji. I would start bawling.
That's pretty legit. I
You're a
think
simple man.
Yeah, right? LYT is that's like, a nice little acknowledgement.
Yeah.
But the heart,
Oh my God. Certain things that
Serious.
your kids will do that just won't, like, I taught Dane a long time ago, like, you always say love you because you never know when you're going to see me again.
Right.
You never know. So anything can happen, right? I always say
100%.
you love me. And it's my favorite thing ever. Like when we get off the phone, he always says, love you.
Yeah, that's
I was
nice.
like, oh man, that's great.
Yeah.
And then when he's mad at me, all right, see you. Talk to you
later.
later.
Him and I have that in common.
Love you too.
Later.
Weird.
And then if she doesn't say it to you, if you guys are in a fight and you're like, I love you. Nothing. I love you. And she goes, I'm good. What?
No, I heard you the first time.
You're giving me ideas.
All good. The really bad part is when you're mad, you can't hang up on each other.
I don't
The
have an
whole
issue
grand
hanging up.
scheme of hanging up on somebody, that whole feeling
it
of
doesn't
that,
feel good.
even with the flip phones, you could hang up on somebody. We were talking about this the other day. There should be an app that you can hit so somebody knows you just got hung up on, because nobody understands getting hung up on and hearing a dial tone.
I know, right? That's the thing too, JT. We compromise because we come from a generation where, so I'm talking about Pat and JT, come from a generation where we were always on our phones, like from teen line to like when
Oh my
cell phones
God.
came out, we rarely ever used them because it would cost so much money to use cell
Absolutely.
phones. So we were constantly on our phones. I remember like asking a girl out, going to the payphone, going, hey, want to go out?
100%.
I remember having a card, literally a legit like AT&T card.
Oh, yeah,
I'd keep
yeah.
money on it. So if I needed to make a phone call from somewhere, I had.
You didn't have to have your
I didn't have
quarters
to have
or anything.
cash with me, so I
So-
could use it to make a
Or
phone
you
call.
or call collect, and you get that little 10-second window. Hey, this is Pat. I need to be picked up at Westeros. Like to your parents. You don't need money.
So these kids they had cell phones like, growing up, and
Yeah.
they're always on their phones. I mean, even now with like smartphones, everyone's on their phones, and they're from the generation text.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate texting, but I'll do it because my texts I'm an asshole, and my texts are very matter of fact. Going to the store
and
now. Bye.
You don't, because I am an over exclamation point person. Like if I'm like, good morning, exclamation point, I just don't say.
He never does
like
one.
when you text, I don't never notice this specifically about you, but I know your type.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're not a jerk, but you like the way you text is like, hey, I'll be there in just a little bit.
Here are the
with no
facts.
period, no emoji.
Yeah.
It's like, what a jerk.
Yeah. No, but it's
Right.
true. People have always said you're a terrible texter, and I don't mean to be. I just like, I just like pick up the phone and call, and she found it weird that I was calling her, and I was like,
I hate
oh,
phone calls.
this is
So
kind
do
of
I.
He called me within 5 minutes of getting my number.
yeah.
that-
And it was
weird.
early too.
Like early
it was
in the
like
morning?
10 a.m.
Yeah.
We were
That's
discussing like
suspicious.
where we were going to go out on our first date, and so I was just like, I called her, and she thought that was a weird flex.
Yeah.
Did I?
There you go. Nice.
well,
that was pretty good. That was
okay. That was-
calling
okay.
himself out in past tense
Yeah.
of a weird flex. That's okay.
Okay,
I was doing
okay.
it.
That was good.
But so we kind of had this compromise because we've gotten into arguments over the calling and texting thing, and so she's really good about getting on the phone with me to make me feel better.
talk to her.
So I text her.
Okay, that's good.
So,
I'm with her.
yeah.
I'm not a phone call guy.
I like texting.
Texting is when
I
my parents
love
started
texting.
texting.
You guys
It
are
was the
weird and
greatest
different, though.
ever.
Yeah.
Oh my
I
gosh, love it.
texting. I just got my parents into. They both got their own smartphone. Finally,
My mom's got a flip phone.
it took forever. Both of them had flip phones, and Dad was the one that wanted it more than Mom. Mom's been like, I don't need that. That's no, I'm fine.
That's how my mom
And she just
was.
walks away.
And
I'm
then
like,
you introduce and walk them through it. And I mean, she's
all her
in
friends
love.
got
Tried.
one. All her friends got one.
Now they're using
Then
emojis.
it's like,
and
I want to look at one of those smartphones. I'm like, oh, really? Because Betsy's trying to get a hold of you? So I'm like,
My mom was
okay.
taking
you're not in the group
classes.
text.
Not in the
Do you
group
want to be in the group
text.
text?
Yeah.
Smartphone classes.
My mom was taking classes at the library and gave up on it.
That is
she went back to it. She goes, I got a jitterbug. I go, what is a
That's
jitterbug?
what my parents got.
And she's just like, oh, it's like it's a cell phone for old people.
But theirs is a smartphone, but it's a jitterbug, and they're hooked on the internet. They can text. They've got phone calls. It's all good. And Dad's biggest problem is answering the phone.
Oh,
Because
that's the biggest problem.
he hits it, and
Him
the
and I have that in
screen-
common.
It's like he'll hit the screen, and it's like either too hard or not. It doesn't the touch,
Yeah.
and it's kind of hard for him to understand. The touch. He's a guy that's worked with his hands his whole life, so he's got a lot of calluses built up, and he's arthritic. And it's hard to answer the phone. That's the hardest part is the scroll.
Well, I remember
but
when-
once he gets it, it's cool.
I remember when my mom got her cell phone, which was like, it feels like last week, but she would call you nonstop and let you know that she's at the store
Yes.
on her cell phone. Hey, I could.
Has she texted?
No, she's never texted.
My mom started texting. She figured out how to take pictures about a week ago, and she's taken our old house where I grew up. They just tore down the garage, and they're going to take out the house. And so she was at this place where I grew up, and it's in the same town. And she was taking pictures of all the destruction. Everything's being torn down, and she texted them to me. And she sends me
You're, like,
text
all proud.
messages,
Yeah.
and they're all like grammatically correct. They've got all the periods and all the grammar.
Beginning, middle, end.
Oh yeah, there
There's
are
a climax to
My
the
buddy-
text message.
no hanging participles here. She's got it all put together.
My buddy is an 80-year-old millennial. And
Yeah.
Michael, I think, did y'all meet Michael? He owned Michael's at the market. They just closed down.
I don't remember. I don't think I've ever met my
My God, I have to
I love
introduce you to him.
Michael,
He's a
though.
character. I got to have him on the show. He's a character.
That's awesome.
I trained him on the iPhone. He's on the Tinder.
On the Tinder.
Trust me, he swipes right to everything.
I bet.
And
At 80, man, you
would
gotta
sit
just
there-
swipe
I'm
it.
like, Michael, what are you doing? He's like, oh, it's a full-time job.
Swipe. Is white is right?
Right is good.
Like that's what you like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not that I would know because I'm not on the Tinder.
On the Tinders.
But he's like, there's that guy. But I remember when I would call my mom, and this is when cell phones like. My mom would be like, I need everyone to be quiet. Brian's calling long distance. It made my mom sound like an old Jewish lady. Hold on a second, Jerry, turn everything down.
Everyone, be quiet.
That's how
calling long
that's how they
distance.
sound.
Long
That's
distance.
exactly. All mothers sound the same way. Yes, exactly. And the same difference when you had the phones too. You had to pay for your minutes, as opposed to now it's all about data.
Oh, yeah.
They don't care how long you talk now. You can talk forever, but it's all about your data. Now, back then you're thinking, oh my God, I've only got 60 minutes a month.
I can't call mom till after 7:00 at night
At
for my
7 'cause it's
non-prime
free.
minutes. Yeah,
It's
for 7.
And then sometimes we talked about the data too, and sometimes that's been my biggest arguments ever with Dane when he was like growing up is like the data using all the data. Like you told me like when you were
I'm
a kid.
Satan's spawn to my family when it comes to data.
And then Dane would like watch movies without Wi-Fi. And I'm looking at my bill. I'm like,
faster.
I'm like, you just used up all your data. And he goes, oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, you did. I've told you that every month.
Yeah.
You knew exactly what we were talking
Did you
about.
hear her? She's like, it's faster.
Oh my gosh.
Well, that was the fastest hour ever.
Was it
Was
an
it
hour?
really?
It was an hour.
Holy smoke.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Yeah. See, so that's awesome.
So now that you're here all the time, you can just pop in anytime.
Yes.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, you
be
guys
great.
both come on out and
I
hang
would-
out. And
Yeah.
I get out of work for this.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That's the way it should be.
Perfect.
No, that'd be
So we'll see
great.
you guys
We'll have
tomorrow?
lunch next time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that'd be great. That'd be fantastic.
Okay. Sounds good.
Love you guys.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming in and hanging out. I appreciate it. It's been a
Quick
dank
question
day.
before we go.
Yeah.
The last time the three of us were in a room together was circa Frosted Tips.
Oh yeah,
That's
it
all
was
I have
it
to
was
say.
it was
Oh, yeah.
us.
I was either
Beauty and the
promoting a
Geek,
show
Beauty and
or
the Geek.
Beauty and the Geek.
You
yeah.
were back in
Yeah.
South Beauty and the Geek. Yeah. So that
oh my
was
God.
like
What year was that?
2005?
I was thinking
6 maybe?
six.
2006?
holy
seven,
cow.
six?
Yeah.
That was the last
It's
time.
been a minute, and I think you had denim on then too as well. If I remember
Always.
correctly. Always D on D.
Wasn't that Steve Jobs saying? Wasn't it he always wore the same clothes?
Yep.
They didn't have to
Just
worry
to
about
throw
it.
people
You just-
off.
Yeah, just wear the same
Anyway,
clothes.
I loved
every-
you. I loved you guys then, and I love you guys now.
Thanks, buddy.
Same
It's nice,
here.
and it's nice to meet
Thank
you,
you.
Miranda. Thanks for
Absolutely.
coming in.
Oh, happy birthday, Miranda.
Is it your birthday? Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Nice.
Quarter life crisis.
Oh, my
Go to get to the gym, buddy. Text us 402-403-9478. Thanks for listening.
Pat and JT Podcast, a Parkville Media Production.